no one's going to go to fucking jail. You know, no one's going to be some extreme thing like that. But yeah, you lose your internet, and that would suck.
So for us, it's always when you see this bus and stuff like that. Is this a good living for you?
Yeah,
it is.
When
was the turning point?
I mean, I haven't worked since '94, so
even.
I mean, I haven't held a job. You know what I mean? Like, this has been my job since '94. So, you know, '94, I went on the road, and we stayed on the road for almost a year and a half. So we were, you know, we were making a little bit of rent, and back then I didn't have, you know, I didn't have hardly any expenses. You know, I lived with roommates. I didn't own a house or anything like that. So it was, you know, the amount of money that was coming in was definitely enough to keep me sustained. And then we got off the road, and we had a little bit of money to, you know, our manager was smart enough to kind of set aside money for us to live on after things ended. And so we were able to carry that over into the next record, and then just went back out on tour and just started it all over again. So,
what do you think?
And I've been doing that now since since then. So,
when did you buy a house then?
2002.
Okay, so 10 years ago almost.
Yeah.
Do you like the internet? I mean, with the downloading and stuff like that, do you think it's a good thing, or do you think, well, maybe it's actually better for people to buy the albums?
Yeah, I think it's better for people to buy the record. Yeah, I mean, I think people should be paid for what they do. You know, I don't see why people should work for free. You know, I think that, you know, I just read this article from Scotty, and where he talked about how, you know, he blames, like, the internet, the people who, you know, the people who run the internet servers for not enforcing it. He's just like, you know, if you went into a store and stole something, there's a consequence. You know, society has made this consequence for doing that. You know, but if you go onto the internet and steal something, there's no consequence for it. And, you know, that if there was a consequence, you know, his answer is, okay, if you steal somebody's music or steal a movie or whatever, you lose your internet privilege. You know, which I think is fucking, I think it's got a lot of sense to it, man. You know, like, if there's a consequence, that's a good consequence. I mean, no one's going to go to fucking jail. You know, no one's going to be some extreme thing like that. But yeah, you lose your internet, and that would suck, wouldn't it?
Your new album has been released. What do you think of how it has been received?
I'm totally stoked, man. I mean,
what is the best thing that you read or heard? People said, or someone said, or maybe some critic, or maybe even someone, just ordinary people. What is
the best thing that I heard was just about how this record came at a time and place in their life where they needed that record. And the things that were being said throughout the whole record, you know, as a review I read, and the dude was just so into it, man. It connected with him so hard, you know, like, said it was better than The Blackening, said that you know, that he had lost faith in music, and that it restored his faith in music. I was like, wow, man, that's amazing.
Okay, last question. The video clip of Locust. Can you describe what we see in the video? Let me rephrase the question. who came up with the idea? There are three.
We all did.
Yeah?
Yeah, we all did, because we had our video director, we had the person who worked on the art with us, Paul Gerard, and then the band ideas. And so, you know, it was a huge undertaking. I mean, we had all that CGI shit takes for fucking ever, man. We had 700 individual CGI shots that had to be put into it, and it was a big fucking undertaking. You know, like, it makes me really, when I think about movies now, like 300, like things that are done all CGI with no, you know, sets or whatever like that. It's fucking mind-boggling. It was an amazing learning experience because it takes about 3 times longer than a regular video to do. So it was cool. I mean, it was really great experience to just do everything in front of a green screen and kind of, you know, just vibe on what we're trying to do. You know, it's a 7.5 minute long song, so to try and keep it all intact as much as we could and tell the story, and we're super stoked with it.
I think there are three stories within the video. Well, one you playing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell the other two? What do we see?
Whatever you want to see. You know, that's the thing. It's like we left it open enough so that people could interpret it. You know, the song itself is a metaphor for a type of person who comes into your life and has the effect of a swarm of locusts. And so that is, you know, the metaphor being told.
Thank you for your time.
You got it, man.